Pubco Studios in Oklahoma City. This is Varsity with Ryan Aber. I'm Jenny Carlson. Ryan, an OSSAA Board of Directors meeting yesterday had a lot of topics going on, but let's talk first about private school, public school, the committee that's out there. Sounds like they're getting close to a decision.
Yeah, Kent Schellenberger made a presentation to the committee early in the morning and said that they were within probably one meeting of making a presentation to the board with their proposal. That'll probably come at the March 17th board meeting. To try to get it rolling as quickly as possible, so whatever proposal they can make, the board can vote on it and send it out to a vote of the membership.
Do we have any idea of what kind of proposal might be out there in terms of this whole thing?
No, not at all. They took the survey results. They sent a survey out to every school in the state. Only about half of them were returned, unfortunately, but they took those results, combed through them, and have started formulating a proposal. I don't think it's going to be as strong of a proposal as some people would like, but it sounds like they're going to try to do something with the private schools.
Football was on the docket at the meeting as well, and the actual footballs were on the docket. Let's talk a little bit about that. Reebok under contract to provide footballs for high schools in Oklahoma. What's the hubbub about this whole thing?
Well, I think, one, the football coaches were a little perturbed that they weren't consulted on this a couple years ago when it happened. Of course, this was one of the last things that Danny Reynolds did as the executive secretary of the OSSAA. The OSSAA gets $100,000 every year for Reebok to be the official ball of OSSAA athletics, and that includes all sports. But football is the one that's caused the most uproar, and coaches have complained that it loses its shape. They've complained about the leather and things like that. Even the lettering on the ball they say is too slick and is in too many places. Nike has a one swoosh on the ball. Reebok has it on both sides. So it's a contentious point for the football coaches, and who they haven't met with a Reebok representative in almost 2 years. They're going to get together with a Reebok representative on Monday, and it could be interesting.
Well, something that nobody's in a tizzy about. This is all positive. Football numbers for the playoffs up. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, up quite a bit. 27,000. The attendance is up from last year, which Ed Shakley attributed to weather. Didn't have any ice delays or snow delays, anything like that. Didn't have to play games in the middle of the week. So they were able to get through with all weekend games, and the attendance has really been boosted, which also meant the revenue was up, and not just because of that, but because OSU let the OSSAA use their facilities for free. That cost was way down, which gave not only the OSSAA but the schools who participated in those games more money. And starting next year, it should be up even more as 6A moves to Stillwater.
One last thing, let's talk about dual state wrestling this weekend. In the biggest classification, a little bit of controversy heading into the weekend. Talk about that.
Yeah, the 5A bracket, a couple years ago, the OSSAA went to OKRankings.com, which is a coach's ranking system to seed a lot of sports, including wrestling. One of the things you have to do is vote in so many to be able to vote in the final one, and if you don't vote in the final one, you get penalized. Altus had voted in every poll that they were allowed to, which was well over the requirement that they had to. They weren't able to vote last week because of an ice storm down there. The coach only had a cell phone, didn't have a home phone, wasn't even able to stay in his house, didn't have a car charger. Finally charged his phone on Monday night, was able to call them on Tuesday, but that was too late. You had to have the voting in by Monday. Nobody voted. The 10 people who voted, one voted Altus in first place, the other 9 voted him in second, but because of the penalty, they dropped to third below Hera, and both Hera and Altus made a plea yesterday. There was no contention between them, but they just wanted to present their case, and it ended up they stuck with the bracket. Altus is going to be the 3rd seed, which is a problem because that means they're on the same side of the bracket with Claremore, who is probably going to win the state championship.
Good stuff. Well, thanks, Ryan. We appreciate it. Stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.